Hey everyone, are you looking for online training? You want to know more about the course and job opportunities? Are you from non-IT background? No problem. Here's the best place where you can register for free demo at greatonlinetraining.com. Greatonlinetraining.com provides online training in different courses like SAS clinical training, SAS financial training, SAS certification training, SAP ABAP training, Big Data and Hadoop training, and more. And also, GreatOnlineTraining.com provides online training with resume preparations and job support, conducting mock interviews, 100% guarantee to clear the certification in your course. Everyday class materials, daily tasks including videos, and lots more. So what are you waiting for? Please log into www.greatonlinetraining.com and register for free demo today.
Hi guys, this is Naidu from Great Online Training and I'm from India. So today we learn about what are the different input methods we have in SAS and how to use those input methods. Purpose of the input method is the main goal for all the input methods to reading a data into SAS environment in a proper way. So most of the times if you are working as a programmer in the industry, sometimes you will get a irregular data, or else we can say a messy data. You will get it sometimes. How we are going to clean it, how we are going to read it into SAS environment in a proper way. So those are the things we are going to learn. So today we will spend the complete time on only on using of SAS software only. We no need to use any PowerPoint presentations or anything. Just try to focus on my programs, what I'm going to write. So just ask the doubts if you are stuck somewhere. Okay, so first of all, what I'll do is I'll try to open my SAS software. So click on start. So that SAS software is booting up. So meanwhile, I'll minimize this. So our class is here. So we have our concept called input methods, different input methods what you have in SAS. So what I'll try to use is I'll just open it. I'll open with Notepad, copy all the code from here and alright, HTTP localhost 10080. So yesterday program we have it here. I'll remove it from here. So what I'll do is whatever the program I have copied from there, I'll paste it. Okay, control paste, control V will work. See, so this is all about my programs. I'll just minimize this and I'll maximize your SAS. Yes. Okay guys, today we will see what are the different input methods what we have in SAS. So this input methods is used for reading a data into SAS environment. As per our SAS programming language, we have different input methods here. One is called list input method, second one is called column input method, third and formatted input method and name input method. So these are the different input methods what we have in SAS. Okay, Now what I'll do is I'll try to explain a list input method. The purpose of input method, try to read the data into SAS environment. Just imagine this is a one type of data which I got it. Now I'm trying to import this data into SAS environment. Okay, so input name score 1 and score 2 is the variables we have it. So just imagine you have a score 1 and score 2 and score 1 and score 2, total 3 variables you have it. Now you are trying to read this data into SAS environment. So if I run this particular data into SAS environment and see what happened, you have two observations here, and let's see and how many observations is going to be means created into SAS environment. See, now you can able to see your output. See, you got the two observations data, and first observation with name and score 1 and score 2, and second observation also with some data and as well as score 1 and score 2 data, you got it. Okay, now generally I have given more data than 8 characters. You already know that. So see, I have given HENDFE some big name. So but unfortunately you are getting 8 characters. The reason behind that is default it will be displayed up to 8 characters only. If you want to get more, then you need to write a statement called length. So write length, length statement, and write which variable you want to increase it. I want to increase based on the name variable wise. Just put the name is the variable and write $sign and just give how much length you want it. Okay, I want to read 20 characters length. Just give the 20 characters and semicolon. Length is the statement is used for creating of your data into SAS environment, how much length you want it. And apart from that, the length statement will be applicable only for your character values. The numerical values will not be the numerical value length statement will not work. Automatically it will throw an error. Length is the statement is used for increasing the length of your characters, so that as per our concept now, so this particular name variable can able to read up to 20 characters long. So just run the program and submit it, and then you can give, see, up to 20 characters data it is just reading into SAS environment.
But
So
Naidu, yesterday you have put 20 dot for numeric value, and it showed, right?
yes, it will
Without
work, but length statement will not work. That is another way to write it. Okay, so that is another procedure, but length is the statement is used only for characters data to increasing of your length.
okay,
Fine.
only for characters.
Only for characters, the length statement. In
Okay,
base certification questions, most of the times they'll ask you length statement, they'll give it for a numerical variable. Then they'll ask you what is the output. It is going to throw an error that the length statement will be applicable, means applied for the numerical value. That type of message you can able to see in a log window. And this method is called list input method. A list input method have several rules and restrictions. What are the rules? The rule number one. So just now we have covered. So whenever you want to increase the length of your variable, just use the length statement, so that the variable length will be increased how much you want it. I explained earlier, it can be increased up to 32,767 bytes or characters. It is going to be increased. In the input statement, you have all the data, everything is perfect, but name variable length will be increased up to 32,767 bytes or characters. And second thing is, whenever you don't have any data, just imagine unexpectedly you got the missing data. In real time, there is a chances to getting a missing data also. I will tell you the scenarios in which situation you will get the missing data. So generally, as per the clinical trials, the patient need to come to the hospital every week. So as per the schedule of the doctor, every week he come to the hospital, and then every week they are going to capture the information from the patient, but due to some certain reasons he didn't come to the hospital, so that that particular week record will be blank. Okay, so those records will be, we can call it as a blanks. So that how we are going to handle your blank records. So right now, if I'm not giving this blank record, I'm thinking that there is no data. That's the reason why blank. See, if I run the same program again, then what happen? We will see first, and then you get to know. So if I run the same program again, and it is going to be read as a one observation, even the one observation also not clear. See, the name variable is perfect, fine, it is reading up to 20 characters, there is no harm in that. But score one, you don't have any data. That's what we know that already. But unfortunately, the score two, you have a data, but the score two data is moved to the score one place, but the score one is no more data. Means initially we don't have any data, but we got this data. This is called mess up. Mess up in the sense it's a just completely wrong output, we can say. So that's the reason why I'm telling you always don't depend on your output. If you say a log window, see, log window also not giving any errors. See, here it is giving invalid data for score 2. I told you earlier the log should not be clear always. So invalid data is not accepted one. So first you need to fix that. How you can fix it? First you need to see what happening with your output, what happening with your code. So here SAS thinks that name is the variable. We got the information. Score 1 is the variable value. This is the value it will take it. Why? Because SAS won't consider this blank as a just one variable. So if you want to mention it is a variable but still it is no data, then mention it as a dot. This dot, as per the SAS terminology, we are calling it as a period. Placing a period, if the data is missing, then automatically the data will be read in a proper way. And now you run the same program again, so the data will be proper. Now it will be displayed in a proper way. That means the score 1 data is not there, so then automatically it will not be printed. So generally what happen, this action we can call it as a flow over. Flow over in the sense wherever you have a missing values, the next values will be overplace the missing value position. So that is called flow over. Okay, you don't want to happen the flow over, just mention your missing value is enough, then automatically you will not get anything. Just run the programs now. See, you will get it. Name, score 1, score 2 and all the stuff, you will get it. Fine. Go here and we have one more rule. The rule number is nothing but 3. What happened? The second rule is finished. Compulsory you need to mention with the period sign. The third rule is if the data must be read in a proper order. So how it is read in a proper order? Suppose name variable we are giving it. Exactly it is reading the values from name only here. And score 1 you are giving it and exactly it is reading from the score 1 only. And score 2 you are giving exactly it is reading the data from your score 2 only. That's what happening. That means in list input method variables will be readed in a proper order. So that is a rule number 3. Rule number 4, the data must be separated with at least a single blank. So each variable wise the data must be separated with at least a single blank. If you have multiple blanks also, that is fine, but the limitation is at least a single blank, you need to use it. Okay, see right now I'm using a single blank here and I'm using single blank here. So as per the data, at least use the single blank. So these are all the 4 rules of your list input method. The rule number 1, whenever you want to increase the length of your variable, just use the length statement to increasing variable length. Second one is whenever the data is missing and missing place, just mention the period sign. So that's enough. And third one is the data must be read in a proper order. It will be read exactly based on your variables wise. Fourth one is the data must be separated with at least a single blank. If you have multiple blanks also fine, but at least you need to have a single blank. So these are all the rules of your list input method what we have in today's concept. Come here, the next one we have it called column input method. See, all the input method, the concept is same to reading a data into SAS environment. We will see one thing first, how we are going to read this type of data into SAS environment. Just imagine this is the data. I want to read it as a 3 variables. Just imagine. I want to read this data as a 3 variables. Tell me how it is going to be read it as per your knowledge now. You have a what is your name? I want to read it as a name variable, and score 1 I want to read it as a uh, concomitant sorry, can contain embedded blank is there, right? Can contain I want to read it as a score 1, and embedded blanks I want to read it as a score 2. How it is going to happen as per your knowledge? Is it going to do with your list input method? Can we able to finish it with your list input method?
No.
Can we?
No.
It's no. So the reason is the data is different, so that automatically you need to change your input method also. What input you need to use, it makes sense to always. So right now, based on seeing this data, this in our list input method will not suitable. Then you need to go for a column input method. So column input method is nothing but it will gives the number wise, it will take the information. Just imagine from here I am 1. Okay, see right now line 64 and column number 1 my cursor is, so I'm just moving up. See, I'm just moving my cursor here. See, it is increasing number, column number, so it is column 13 or 15 16, that means around 17 characters. How many characters you need it to read this total data? 1 to 22 characters is required to read this data. So I'm writing 1 hyphen 22. That means 1 to 22 characters I want to read it as a name variable. And second one is I'm writing it can contain is required to me, so that come here, what is the number here? 30 onwards. 30 onwards 40. So 30 onwards 40 is required to read this data. That means 30 to 40 characters, whatever it is going to be read it as a score 1. So blanks I want to read it. Blanks is 48. 48 onwards. So this one how much? 48 to 54. So that 48 to 54 I want to read it as a score 2. That's it. So that this column input method we can use only for character data. We cannot use it for your numerics. So right now see this, what happened? Name variable value it is reading 1 to 22, and score 1 variable it is reading from 30 to 40, and score 2 is reading from 48 to 54. You just run this particular program, then you can able to see your expected output. See, what is your name comes under name, and can contain is comes under score 1, blanks is comes under your score 2. Yes, as per our schedule, as per our intention, we got the data. Suppose just imagine 48 to 54 I want to read it as a name, and 1 to 22 I want to read it as a score 2. Is it possible? Means as per our data I'm not reading in a proper order, I'm just changing the order. First I'm reading from 48 to 54, second I'm reading from 30 to 40, and third I'm reading 1 to 22. Is it possible to read it? Yes, you can
No.
able to. What is the problem in that? You're just telling to the SAS read the data from there. You can able to see the data now. See, name is the variable with the name of blanks. You got it. It is same. We are not changing anything. Score 2 value has changed. What is your name comes under score 2. Or else
But
you can do
is it not?
overlapping also. Yes, continue, madam.
But we are not. Does it? It's not messing up.
It is not
We are
messing
messing
up.
up that.
Means it will mess up. It will mess up. But I am telling you, we can read it in that way also if you want it. There is no rule that compulsory the column input method need to follow reading the variables in order wise. Understand?
And one more thing, Naidu.
Yes.
Do we need to count the characters, each and every character?
Generally,
Or
right now you need to count it, but in real time you just follow this column statement. In the see line number 65, I am my cursor at line 2, so column 2. If I'm increasing my see, I'm here, right? See my cursor. No need
okay.
to count it. It automatically displaying right wherever I am putting my cursor.
Okay, I got it.
See here, column 14 with line
Yes.
64. 14
Okay.
is nothing but 14 characters starting onwards.
14 characters. Okay, okay.
Yep, come here, it automatically increase. That's the reason why I can able to give you these numbers. Otherwise, I cannot able to give you these numbers in this much quick.
Yeah, okay. I have missed that. Sorry.
Yep. So you just
Yeah.
give the line 64 with column 30.
Okay. Yeah.
Fine. Okay. Suppose just imagine I'm telling to this as so here what is this 22. 22 onwards up to 30 if I'm giving what happened 22 to 30 what is going to happen
It takes the blank. No, no, no,
exactly
no.
exactly you're right so there is no data for sorry score 1 you have C right white name because can contain is comes under that just read
Okay.
it from 23rd so 23rd onwards if you read the data it will be what happened
Naidu,
yes
in datascope you didn't declare the run.
sorry in dataset
You didn't declare that run.
yeah I'm declaring it right run statement you're talking about this one here
Yep.
it is
Yeah.
fine no issue the run statement if you are writing also not writing also will work the reason is the data when you are writing it from cards then run statement
Mm-hmm.
is not required generally speaking
Oh. Uh-huh.
but that is not gpp good programming practice that is not a gpp but still we
Mm-hmm.
can able to use it for our training purpose and most of the times the run statement is required if you are importing the data from your external sources like your excel or notepad or something compulsory run statement you need to but cards are data line statement if you write it so no need to write your run statement make sure
Okay. Thank you.
okay that is not mandatory that is your wish without writing run also you can able to finish your work why because this proc print run is will help us suppose if you are not writing proc print run also then automatically it will throw an error fine
Yeah. Thank you.
okay my intention is I'm just telling the data need to read it from input I want to read it
Give 25 to 30, Naidu. 25 to 30
25 to 30
or 24. Yeah, I think, yeah. This
where
time
it is 22 from there it's 24 25 26 27 28 29 okay the 30 is reading it as a C that is
see,
where
yeah.
I'm getting it so just give it as a 29
Hmm.
and read it from 23rd so what is going to happen now you can able to see blank that means whatever the range you have specified 23 to 29 it is blank only it will be read it into SAS clear up to here so no need to follow the rules if we are giving a blanks also fine if you are not giving a spaces between the data also fine see right now can contain embedded blank you don't have any spaces what you can do you just count that numbers and give that numbers automatically it will split the data that is what happening column input method is bit powerful than your list input method but I am saying always what input methods we need to use it will be depends on your data only if the data is something like that then what input method will be suitable you need to think in your brain and then you just try to come up with a good exam means try to come up with a good approach then just try to apply it Okay, so this is one of the base SAS certification question. Can anyone just try this? Data, employee 1 is your dataset name. Input statement, you are writing it. SSN with $1 to 9 and WT AMT with 1 to 12 I am giving it. So if I run the program, first tell me how many variables I can able to get it. Anyone? In this particular program, 70 onwards up to 82, how many variables will be get displayed? I told you earlier, whatever you mention in the input statement, those are all your variables only. How many variables right now? One is SSN
Two.
and second one is W2 AMT. There is a two variables you have. Both are also character values. That is fine. Right now I have a data 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and again James Smith and 3, 4, 3, 5, 6 and again 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4 and all the data. If I run the program, what happen means first SSN variable will read the data 1 to 9 characters. From 1 to 9 characters, it is going to be read into SAS environment SSN. But where I coming to the W2 AMT, where it will read the data? It will read the same
From
data again,
1
not from the
to
74. It
from
again,
till J. Till
no,
J.
that is the wrong
Okay.
answer. It will read the
No, no, no.
data 1 to
From 2 to all the numbers along with JA.
see, we will see that also. Okay, so 2 from here onwards up to here, it is comes under SSN. For W
SSN.
to AMT also, it will read from here
From
onwards up to here,
yes. Yeah.
up to 9 only. Again from the James, it will, the second observation, it will read it up to here, 9 characters. And James and Smith will be 12 characters will be read it into W to AMT. We will see how the output is getting it. See? 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 up to SSN. Again 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 up to W2 AMT. The reason behind that is SAS can able to read one line per one observation as per the data. So that is called, this particular programming is telling about one line for one record. It is reading the same record and again it will be read the same record again. That is what happening. SSN and WTAMT. Where I come into the James and Smith, you can able to see the difference. Go to your result window. JEMES SMI, it will be displayed. Why? Because the total length of characters is 9 characters. That's the reason why it cut the data. 9 characters has finished. But where I coming to here, it is the 12 characters you have given, right? Smith also it will be displayed. And so apart from that, what we will do is just try to go for your library of your work. Go to your work library and so what is your data set? What data set you are creating it? Employee 1, right? Just try to open your employee 1. You can able to see the length. See, right now the data is getting it now and the so here see SSN variable length will be the 9 characters and WTAMD variable length will be the 12 characters. You can able to see the difference. Whatever the length statement you are giving it, that will be displayed in column attributes. So these are all called column attributes. Column attributes, the SSN length will be just displayed like 9 characters and WTAMT characters is 12 characters. We got it. Like that, it will be read. So this is one of the basic certification question. So be aware. And we have one more method called a formatted input method. So formatted input method is exactly the same what we are using. This is also same, but here we are using @ signs and dot signs we are using it. So what is the at the rate? We will see first. Data scores is your data set name and input statement you are giving it. At the rate 1, that means you are taking the information from starting onwards 1 onwards. That means from V onwards you are taking the data up to 12 characters. That means it is 11 up to 12 means up to here. Value can up to with space, you will get it as a name variable. At the rate 3, again third character onwards, L onwards, up to 5 characters it will be displayed. L onwards, L, E, U, S up to the space is comes under score 1. Why? Because 12 dot is means up to 12 characters. Where is that up to 12 characters? 1 onwards up to 12 characters is comes under name, and 3 onwards up to 5 characters comes under score 1, and 4 onwards up to 6 characters comes under score 2. So that 1 onwards up to 12 characters, in the sense 1 onwards from here up to 12 characters, here it will be read as a name variable. 3 onwards, that means L onwards,
2, 5.
L onwards up to 5 characters it will read it. L onwards 5 is nothing but 1, 2, 3,
Before
4,
can.
5 up to space. That means LUES space is comes under score 1. Whereas coming to the score 2, 4 onwards. So 4 is nothing but what? U.
U.
U onwards up to 6 characters length. 6 is nothing but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
CA.
6. Up to CA it will be displayed. That's it. That simple it is. See, you got it? As per our schedule, as per our program, we got it the data or not? Yes,
Yeah.
we got it. And now my question is, why you need to read the give the at the rate 1 onwards? Default, if you are not giving also, fine. Automatically the data will be read it from starting onwards. Default, it will read it from 1. 1, it's not required. Automatically it will read. There is no change in your output. Or else if you think that I want to read this data at the rate from 3 onwards or 2 onwards, then that is fine. It will be read it from A onwards. A onwards up to 12 characters. A onwards up to 12 characters, in the sense A onwards up to CO also you can get it. Got it? This method we can call it as a formatted input method. Yesterday you people asked me like what is the presenting the dot, not presenting the dot. See, presenting the dot is nothing but up to 12 characters it will read it. If I am not giving it, it will read only 12th character. Understand? I will explain in the next example. The dot without giving a dot I will show. So this method is called formatted input method. We have one more input method. It is also comes under formatted input method, that is called absolute input method. Absolute input method in the sense, see right now, data scores is your dataset name, input statement you are giving name, dollar with 12 plus 3, and score 1 you are giving with 5 dot, and plus 4 with score 2 with 6 dot you are giving. What is the difference between above program and this program? Above program, it is giving where to start and where to end. This program, it is giving plus 3 characters, it is just leaving it. See, what we will do is, name variable up to 12 characters it will read. That means 1 to 12 characters it will read. 1 to 12 in the sense, this is 1 and this is 11, and up to 12 characters it will read. After that, before going to the score 1, it will leave the 3 characters. That means 12 plus 3, 15 characters it will leave. That means 1, 2, 3. So total 15. See, 15 in the sense, up to 14 it will leave. It will leave these characters. And then the score 1 value, it will take it from 5 characters from there onwards. N onwards, it will take up to 5 characters. Again, plus 4 it is leaving it. So, plus 4 it will leave it. From there onwards, it will take up to 6 characters. So, this is what happening. So, if I run the program and see, the plus signs is used for same thing. See, V onwards up to C. You got it? V onwards up to C in the sense this one. It will read it. 12 characters. Plus 3 characters it is leaving it. So what is that 3 characters?
ONT.
Where it will be read it again? Result window. AIN onwards. So that it will be leaving from ONT. It is leaving it. It will read it from AIN onwards up to 5 characters. A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up to E. See? Up to E. You got it. From there onwards up to how many characters you want to skip it? 4 characters. 1, 2, 3, 4. It is skipping it. From DED blank onwards. DED onwards. DED space BL you will getting it. See? DED space BL you are getting it. This method is called absolute input method. Or else we can say it as these two methods we can call it as a column pointers. You are telling that where to grab the data and when to grab the data, in which position you need to pick up. Right? Okay. We're coming to here. This is another method, and we have one more method called name input method. But don't worry about the name input method. Name input method we never ever used it in real time, but you need to learn it for your certification purpose. Even though these all the input methods we are not at all using it in real time, but maybe there is a situation sometimes so you may need to use it, but not always. This is very important for your certification purpose. Most of your certification questions roaming around this particular very basic concepts only. Less than 5 classes what I am talking today. So those classes is very crucial part for your certification. Data games is your dataset name. In the input statement, name is the variable you are giving and $sign and score 1 you are giving and score 2 equal to you are giving. What is the purpose of that? In future, you are giving that values, the name variable in the form of character and score variable, score 1 variable value, you are giving something else and score 2 you are giving some numerics. So that's the reason why you are writing data lines. First observation, if you want to write it as a name equal to relay, score 1 equal to 1132, again score 2 equal to 1187, again name equal to Naidu, and second one is score 1 equal to 1111 and score 2 equal to 2222. If I want to write one more name, one more observation, can you just tell me what I need to write? If I want to write with the name of some Raju, tell me. Again name equal to Raju and space
score 1
yes exactly score 1 equal to
equals to
some value and again
space
score
2 equals to
2 equal to you're writing some value, right? So then only it will work. If I run the program, then you can able to see you got it now. This method we can call it as a name input method, but this is just wasting of our time only. Why? Because what is the purpose to write variable names again and again? You just declare it at an input statement, that is enough, so that the remaining data automatically you can write it. But unfortunately, why we need to take this much patience and this much time or efforts to writing this? We can do the same work, just write the input statement, name, score 1, score 2, chord statement, that's it. You can finish it off. But still, so this method we can able to read it as a called a name input method. We are using it in real time. Or else sometimes you are asking yesterday like can we able to write our data set without giving input statement also? Yes, I told you that time also. Data KK is your data set name and A equal to 20, B equal to 30, C equal to hi there and running the program. So that, can you just anyone tell me how many variables and how many observations is going to print it now?
One observation in three.
Yes, you are
three
right.
variables.
One observation with 3 variables is going to be printed. The one observation is just one observation, A equal to 20, B equal to 30, C equal to hi there. Right? And here you need to look into that. For the numerical values, you just directly write 20, 30. But wherever you want to write it as a character, SAS how it can decide that which one is characters and which one is numeric. You just mention the double
By
quotes. Not
okay.
pipes, we can
So
say it
there
as a
is
double quotes.
so
So
there is
single
no need
quotes and
of
double
dollar
quotes.
sign.
Sorry,
There is no need of dollar sign.
no need. It
Okay.
automatically take it as a character if you are writing it in a double quotes. That's it.
If I'm not using the double quotes, I'll get
The,
an error.
yeah, obviously you will get a message like missing values in your KK data set.
Okay. Yeah.
Fine, that's it.
Yeah.
So this is another way to creating a data set. But don't ask me that what method it is. This is just normal method. We don't have any specific
Name
name.
for it.
I'm just trying to explain. You may have the so you may have the idea on that. Just if you want something, always you need to use the input statement only to creating a data set. That is not the true. The true is if you want it, you can create in this way also. If you want it, the new data sets. Fine. Yes, come here. And I'm just leaving this for your practice purpose. Once you've done the total class and you need to explain this practice thing which I have already given to you. What is going to happen in this particular program? What is the use of colon sign? What is the use of ampersand sign also? Ampersand is nothing but and sign. How it is going to be used. Okay, once you've done the practice, just please let me know. This is one of the basic certification question again. Yeah, so today our concept we have completed. So that is called we have covered different input methods: list input, column input, formatted input, and name input. We have learned all the input methods. So this is whatever the input method it is, the ultimate goal is to reading the data into SAS environment. That's it, that simple it is. Fine. Yes, I have done for today's class. You have any questions, you can ask. No questions? Okay then.